We're actually running quite late, but there's a few speakers that really want to speak, so I can't deny them that opportunity. So please bear with us. I'm sure it's all interesting for everybody. So, thank you, Colonel Chasky. Now I would like to call Perry Connolly from the Royal Air Force Association. They are actually neighbours, so I can't deny them a few minutes. So please, Perry Connolly. Percy Connolly.
Like the Colonel, most of the sandwiches have been eaten. Not only that, the pudding's gone, the cheese is gone, and I'm left with a grape. Not a gripe, a grape. So I've cut it all down from just a few pages to 2. And it's to deal with the Sikhs. Now, many Sikhs have given their lives for the freedom and a better future for mankind. In 1914, we saw the arrival of the Sikhs in Europe at the beginning of World War I. And their first action against Germany was on the 22nd of October near Holbrook, Belgium, where a Sikh monument stands today. On July 1916 to November 1916, the Sikhs fought 9 battles, 7 in France, 2 in Belgium. And during World War I, on the Western Front, that's Belgium and France, in only 14 months, the Indian Corps lost 34,252 men, dead, wounded, ill or prisoners. Most of them were Sikhs. It was found on a letter being sent to India, and I'll read it. It's a poem, and it's in the spirit of that Khalsa. Did I say that right? Khalsa. Khalsa. Sorry, please accept my apology. And it's a poem written by Daftar Nathan Singh on the 18th of April 1916 from France. A Sikh rose like a lion on the field of battle. He yields of his life a sacrifice. Whoever is fortunate to be born a Rajput never fears the foe in battle. He gives up all thought of worldly pleasures. He dreams only of the battlefield. He who dies on the field of battle, his name never dies, but lives in history. He who fronts the foe boldly in battle has God for his protection. Once a Sikh takes up the sword in hand, his only aim is victory. Thank you.
Thank you, Percy Connolly. I would like now to call Jaswinder Kumar, President of Guru Ruvdas Sabha Bedford and Community Centre, who would also like to address, but he will address everybody in Punjabi. Thank you.
Sorry, my apologies. I will address first in English, then start in Punjabi. I would like to welcome everyone present here from all the communities and armed forces who have spared their valuable time to be here. Today we have gathered here to pay tribute to those soldiers who sacrificed their lives for democracy and freedom that we enjoy today. India was one of the biggest contributors to the war efforts. Over millions Indian volunteers served in British Army during World War I. These men were not from a particular community, but from all communities: Hindu, Sikhs, Muslim, Christian, Ravdasi and Valmikis, who called Dalits alike. Everybody knows about the sacrifices made by the Hindus, Sikhs and Muslims during World War I, but little is known about the sacrifices made by the Dalit soldiers. In those days, Dalits were called untouchables. They were considered lowest of the low and were entrusted only with menial work. Right from the establishment of the East India Company in India, untouchable soldiers were recruited as they were prepared to do menial work. Later on, others started joining the army. The history of British Army was written either by sects, Hindus or Muslims. Nobody bothers to record the sacrifices of the Dalek soldiers. Like 1.5 million of fellow countrymen in colonial India, Sukha volunteered eagerly when the call came from recruits to bear arms for British King Emperor in a far-off European war in 1914. It was a journey from which the 30-year-old serviceman, again like tens of thousands of his compatriots, never returned. But when Sukha died, his remains were abandoned in different no man's land from the Flanders to Mars that claimed the lives of so many who fought on the Western Front in the First World War. Sukha was a so-called untouchable, those regarded with such disdain, and they did not merit a surname and performed menial functions, from cooking to emptying officers' bedpans. When he died of pneumonia in 1915 in the Hampshire Military Hospital, neither his Hindu, Sikh, nor Muslim comrades prepared to accept his body for burial. Instead, the vicars of Nicholas Church in Broken Hearts offered a space in the graveyard for him. The headstone was bought with the contribution from parishioner paid tributes to the serviceman from Uttar Pradesh. It reads by creed, he was not Christian, but his earthly life was sacrificed in the interest of others. The story of Sukha cast an untouchable light on the prejudice of India's caste system, which persists to the day. But it's also a tale that highlights another troubling legacy of the First World War. The forgotten role of the vast numbers of men who travelled from the British Raj to fight in the trenches of France and Belgium. On behalf of Guru Ruvdas Sabha Bedford and the Vidasiya community, I would like to pay my respect to all those brave soldiers who sacrificed their life for us. Because of them, we are gathered here today. Once again, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all those present here on the centenary commemoration of the First World War. Thank you. Jagat Dev Ji, Nawaz, Salam, Sat Sri Akal.